Hello everyone, it's me, Mix2the and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So sit back and enjoy. Alright guys, our innocent days as a child are over. We did complete everything that there is to do with young Link here. Which means adult Link needs to wrap up things now. The first thing on the agenda being beating the Spirit Temple. And man, also those spiritual stones are super noisy. I need to get going. But yes, Child Link is completed. Rest is up to Adult Link. Which means let's draw the Master Sword one last time here. And return to the future. And we have the silver gauntlets now, and we also have them immediately equipped, which looks pretty cool, especially with the red tunic here. Great color scheme, looks pretty nice. Stylish. Yeah, let's just play Requiem right away and see if we can help Naburu somehow, even though 7 years passed. Who knows? Warp to Desert Colossus, yeah. These silver gauntlets allow us to lift very heavy stuff. Even heavier stuff than we could lift with the Gorn bracelet. For example, those kinds of rocks here. Look at this. And I almost hit the lever. And we have a hidden grotto here, like usually is the case. Nothing interesting, just a bunch of business scrubs. Green potion and red potion. Like deriving from the grotto structure here. I slice you, sorry. No way. You old ripoff, you. I also want to get a big Gry spawn here. Maybe I can like safely stand on the platform here and kill Gry from over here. There's one, yeah, at least this guy. Maybe I need to kill this guy over and over. I think this should be fine, but I want to make him spawn here at least once. I could also try to kill the other Gry, but that's super hard. I think this might actually just be the best spot for that. Although it takes a bunch of time until the guy here, Gry, despawns. I'm still certain you need to kill maybe 10 of those guys, so... Nah, we will have a bunch of fun here. This is always something I like to do as a kid, trying to snipe those Gry here. Guy's not back. Maybe the item needs to respawn, he leaves behind. I hear one again. But where is it? Not even sure if one even spawns here. He is here somewhere. Okay, 3. Too low, too far away. No, I think that could have been it. We need to consider that the arrow, of course, travels a little bit. There we go, nice. Still got it, okay. And there he is. Cross the dead guy is easy. It's too far away. Hiding behind the rock. I'm just wasting all my arrows here, I know. For not much gain at all. Nice one. Got you. At least you can enjoy the Gerudo Valley music that way. I think that could have been it, maybe. I saw a second guy in the distance. I'm not sure whether or not that might be the big one or not. Like that guy there. Now please tell me it's already time for a big one to spawn. The thing, of course, is they fly always like in a similar pattern, so that's something you can use. That's also just normal sized, right? Oh, look at him go, look at him go, look at him go. Oh, oh. And let's just, like, push him into the sky. There he goes. I need to be careful now, I need to be conservative with my arrows now. Of course, nighttime makes it much harder to spot the big guy here, the head honcho. I do hear a new one. It's also just a small one, right? Is this guy even out to take me? Yeah, it is. Okay. Big one? It might actually be that he always has the tendency to spawn out of sight. That could, of course, be it. I know I'm basing everyone's... There we go. I knew it. There's a big one. I just want to confirm whether or not you can make one spawn here, but look at this big chungus here. No. Too early. Okay, there we go. Well, this guy is also exceptionally big, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, anyways. Just wanted to see if we can get a guy here. A spirit temple, guys. One more thing before we do that. We have planted a bean here. We do get our last piece of heart now. You can also use this bean to reach that one sculpture on one of those hills. Like the one over here. Okay, careful now. And like that. Good. Last piece of heart. We got all pieces of hearts, and our last heart we will get from the dungeon boss. Cool. Okay, let's see what the Spirit Colossus, that's a new term, what the Spirit Temple has for us in store as adult. First of all, same opening. Yeah, now we have the power, guys. We can push this. The sad part about the Silver Gauntlets is, even though we have immense strength now and can push this thing and pull it, it does have no effect on the pushing and pulling speed of smaller blocks. That's the sad part about it. That's definitely a missed opportunity to create more immersion and make pushing and pulling less annoying, but nope. We don't get that luxury here. Once again, similar room as with Child Link. We have like 2 doors here and a locked door. Okay, certain we want to go here first. Wolfos, haven't seen one in a while. Okay, goodbye. Still as weak as ever, I see. This is a little bit of a lackluster room. The only puzzle here is play Zelda's Lullaby and a chest appears. You do get the dungeon compass here, though. It doesn't even spawn, it just falls from the ceiling. I wonder why they did make like 2 chest appear animations, like the one that falls from the sky and the other one that just like normally spawns, like the normal chest materializes thing. There are no levers down here, that's Master Quest, right? No, just sentient. I like that they just put sand here to just make this pit more aesthetically pleasing. That's nice. We are in a desert temple after all. Okay, now we are here. Once again, a Silver Rupee room. Like I said, they became very prominent. You can reach this one with the jump slash, otherwise, if you don't want to use jump slash, use hover boots. Other than that, we want to pick up all these Silver Rupees first, and then we want to meddle around with the Song of Time block. This spot also is... Oh yeah, that's because the Song of Time block does spawn there. I want to play Requiem accidentally. Requiem and Song of Time do have a similar shape. Oh, that's a nice camera. One thing I always wonder is, like, if we take a look at our songs that we have, like here, maybe it's because I am familiar with like the pattern those songs have, but I wonder if like the shape of the song, like basically the how the song looks like on the key here. I wonder if that was some kind of consideration when they designed the songs or made the songs. That would have been, if that was the case, that would have been another like testimony to Koji Kondo, I guess. Because not only did he have to work with 5 notes here to make those at least initial notes of the songs, but then he would also make it so that like he needs to make songs that look like aesthetically pleasing, which is a whole new level in composing, I think. Which, because normally composing has not much to do with the eye, but more with the ear. Okay, careful, we do here like it's coming from the ceiling. But you're not gonna get me. You can do this, do that, and jump slash. Let's go. It's nice that I get a little bit of money here. I want to fill my pocket again. Okay, once we're done here, we can just do that. Let's try to go through all the blocks. Didn't really quite work out, but okay. For whatever reason, the hookshot can hookshot onto the rocks here, the bricks. But okay. And with that, we can open this. I think we get attacked by another like. Yeah, let's just do that, okay. Once again, power crouch step in action. Oh, big money. Game gives you so much money and you don't really need it. I think money was more needed in like the previous 2D Zelda games. Because enemies in this game also do not deal that much damage. There's a floor master here, right? Yeah. Let's take care of this guy. Even though it's also very easy to like move this mirror without the floor master interrupting you. Oh nice, some magic. Yeah, I mean, how does magic even taste? Like, Link must drink those things, right? Otherwise, why would like there'd be stuff in the bottle? Like, how does the green magic in Zelda taste? Oh, buzzer sound. He will accidentally got a chest. Too bad. Another one. This one is the right one. You can see that the like light gimmick here gets expanded upon. This time around we have to work with reflections, and we need to reflect the light onto the suns instead of just having to like make light fall into the room. This is gonna be important. This is also expanded upon later, further. To be honest, I think they could do even more with those mirrors in Ocarina of Time. I think they didn't use that mechanic to its fullest potential. But Wind Waker actually redeems that. Wind Waker has great puzzles with... those things exist. I'm a fool, guys. Completely forgot that ice traps exist in this game. Huh. They are all in GTG, right? GTG and Gen's Castle, I think. Huh. But yeah, we need to use the dungeon item also later. That's what I want to say. We need to use the dungeon item also later to reflect light and stuff. And Wind Waker makes good use of that, because Wind Waker has basically the exact same item that you can get. But yeah, look where we arrived now. We are back in the central main room of the dungeon. It's about time that I show you something. If you know what I'm talking about already, then yeah, of course you know. But yeah, we have this statue here, and of course this statue is depicting the Sand Goddess everyone is talking about, whoever the Sand Goddess is. Not one of the 3 golden goddesses, at least. But yeah, of course, the goddess, being a woman all, has breasts, and one thing we can do, for whatever reason, we can point our hookshot at one of those breasts, and we can hookshot onto the nipples. Like if I aim right, maybe a little bit more here. Ah, come on. Yeah, there we go. So the main takeaway here is you can hookshot women's nipples. Because as we all know, the games have taught us men do not have nipples. Like if men have nipples, then like it's either in not again. Wow, it even. That's something I didn't knew. But yeah, those are also pretty sharp nipples, as you can see. But yeah, video games, of course, have taught us, hopefully, that men do not possess nipples. And if they do, you play a game rated 18 plus or so. But yeah, that's something you can do for whatever reason. Infantile, old generation developer jokes or so. It's like the porn magazine you get in like certain Final Fantasy games. Yeah, you can summon a scarecrow here. I was getting distracted by nipples. Happens from time to time. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to get over here, but you have a long shot at this point, so why? Okay, our main attraction, of course, for this room is this side here. And there's also a door we need to open. We want to equip hover boots for this. We want to move over to the other side. We also want to equip hammer because we need hammer. Yeah, for this one you need to roll, otherwise you don't cover the distance here. Press the switch here that opens the door, right? Yeah, the one that's down there. And yeah, you play Zelda's Lullaby here. Sadly, a sad thing about this dungeon is it relies a lot on Zelda's Lullaby. There are 3 points I need to play Zelda's Lullaby to solve some riddle, which is always sad because it's just like a lazy excuse for implementing a mechanism. And it's slow at that too, so that's not like the best usage of things in this game. Yeah, that makes a chest spawn over there. There's also another chest that spawns by doing that. It's very pressed to the switch. But before I explore that, let's go over here. This room is also pretty interesting because essentially what this is just a shortcut. Not much else. This should be weird with hover boots equipped because Link must be sliding off, like he cannot get any traction. But okay, it still works. Also, I wonder why they bothered to place those blocks here. Like someone at Nintendo thought, yeah, okay, we get silver gauntlets here. Maybe we should have something else that you can do with them in the dungeon, not just the initial block you can push and pull. Oh, yeah, we can activate the switch. And look at that, we are back in the entrance zone and we have an elevator now. We can use a shortcut. Let me get rid of hover boots. Oh yeah, one thing by the way, Link carries the hammer with both hands, also something I never mentioned. And then if he shields, he ducks like young Link does when he has Hylian shield equipped. Basically the only thing you can do is duck. You can also shield with the hammer, which doesn't do anything at all. Does not even reduce damage. But you can do it. I like that you can do it. Same stuff also applies later with the big orange sword or the giant knife we already got. I hope I don't have to make this chest spawn again. Nah, I don't think so. Should be still here, yeah. This is arrows also. 5 rupees, okay. Okay, Bloopy. One thing we could also do is we could also go over to the child side of the dungeon, but there's no reason for that. But you can do it. We already got all these sculptures, and 2 are missing. Yeah, of course, yeah, of course. I think at some point I said there were 2 in the overworld, but it's actually 3. I know where the remaining ones are. Which basically also means we got 100%, because I only need to execute stuff now. Unless I die at the spot, I will be able to complete this game. given that I'm just 26 and pretty healthy, I don't see me dying anytime soon. Much to my dismay. Because that means I need to come up with a different project here on the channel. But yeah, we have the Anubis party here. The thing with this room is we press this switch and like with the other room, it makes a fire spawn, which we can lure the Anubises in. Of course, you can totally wreak havoc here with one fire, Din's fire. But there's sort of fun in that. I will show you where you need to go in order to burn all of those guys the intentional way. Fire arrows also work, by the way. That's also possible. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. And first of all, I want to equip hover boots because otherwise I run the danger of falling off here. And that resets the entire room. Okay, we activate the first one here. Or we activate the fire. I think the first one, or like one of them is like over here if we move into this corner. Yeah, one down. Then we want to move around here somewhere, I think. Fire's already gone. Let's activate it again. It was over here somewhere or so, maybe. It was over here, right? Yeah, there we go, yeah. Don't get any money, too bad. And the last one is a little bit more tricky. You can just use hover boots, but if you don't have hover boots, because you did you wanted to do Shadow last, you can also summon a block of time here. Whee! This room master quest is pretty mean because you have to solve a very cryptic block of time puzzle here. Okay, with this block of time, we can now put on the fire again, and we can step on the block here, and then we kill the Anubis. Once again, no money. Okay. Okay, it's almost time we receive the dungeon item. But hey, we already received a dungeon item, haha. That's the catch, we get 2 dungeon items here. Once again, highlights, at least in my opinion, that this is supposed to be the last dungeon, because it's a nice twist. Okay, the strategy here is, we want to, those like armor statues all turn alive. This can be pretty messy because you want to time it so that one Amos is standing on the switch, and while he's standing on the switch you can go through the door. Yeah, Navi, I know, this door is blocked. The easiest way to do this is you stand near the door, activate this guy, face the door, wait until the cutscene plays, and then you just mash A and hopefully you should be able to go through here. Nice. And this is the mean room, because, have you noticed, if you look at the map, there are 2 invisible chests here. Like one to the left, one to the right. A recovery heart. And I guess another one, maybe another recovery heart. Yeah, why did they bother to put 2 invisible chests here that give you recovery hearts? What? Okay, and mini-boss again. And much to our surprise, it's another Iron Knuckle. Okay, we already defeated this guy's child. Let's do the same as adult. The same strategy applies. You want to basically stand like this when he is standing up, and then we want to use crouch steps. Like this. Okay, let's let him wreak some havoc here. If he moves near a pillar, he rips it apart. He can also destroy his throne. And dude, you can see how slow he is. The thing also is you need to look out for the debris. If you don't have full health, those pillars drop hearts instead of money. So you can use that to replenish some health, but yeah. Let me actually show you the strategy with bomb shoes a little bit. What you want to do is this. Come on, let's see how many bomb shoes he takes. Oh, almost got hit there because my bomb shoe did damage me. But yeah, back in the past I used to fight those guys like this. Okay, 10 bomb shoes to make the armor come off. Now we also get hearts. This guy also has a special attack if you stand behind him. Once he drops his armor. Because he has like this backward slash he can do. Look at him. I call this dancing with the Iron Knuckle. Let's see how much does he take. Okay, he takes 15 bomb shoes, okay. Nice. I want to get my Ocarina back, I need it at some point. But yeah, now let's get another dungeon item. And here that's pretty funny, a failsafe. Because this treasure chest drops from the ceiling once you go through that door. Of course that's made in order because you can just do that. You can just hookshot onto the other chest on the other side. If you just go through the child portion again, you would be able to skip all of the adult stuff. But yeah, what do we get here? It is another shield, so much I can tell. And it is the mirror shield. You found the mirror shield. The shield's polished surface can reflect light or energy. Press R to use it. And yeah, once again, one last time, a mirror shield here with the updated Gerudo logo. In the past had half moon and a star instead of like this, like square thing, whatever. The face with the eyes or whatever that's supposed to be. In my opinion, the old mirror shield looks much cooler. Like, it just feels much more fitting with that design, which totally could just be because I know how it's supposed to look like, and then at some point I like play a version of Ocarina of Time that has like this symbol, and then of course it just feels off. But yeah, I like the old design more. It looks just pretty cool. But this one also doesn't look bad, of course. Like, the overall design, of course, is pretty cool. The red shield with the reflective surface is pretty stylish. And the shape also, the unusual shape is also pretty good. Yeah, nice. Let's equip it. And aren't we looking cool? Look at this. I like this. Of course, Hylian Shield is still available to us. You can just equip it if you want to. But Mirror Shield is just flat out better. So there's not really a point. Okay, it does what the name implies. It's a mirror shield. We can reflect light with it. It's also pretty nice that this is an item you use, like not like other items. Like, it's basically like part of like Link's overarching moveset. It makes use of the effect that you can aim with shield. That's pretty cool. Makes this also a very fluid puzzle item, because you don't need to go into the menu. Okay, we did that to get a key, and we used that key someplace else. Ouch. Over here. And this takes us to this funny room. There's the keys here. Or is there? No, that was Master Quest again. Okay, the idea here is that we climb up here, of course. Once again, let's use some bomb shoes. Oh, arrows, I take those. Yeah, the thing is, you want to time this a little bit. You want to climb up here, and then you want to basically catch the like wall that like rotates here while you are at the very edge, and then you only want to hold up and basically stuff resolves itself. Now we need to wait because it doesn't work if I try to do this now. It needs to basically come from the side where we are hanging right now. Which means you want to start now. If you hang in between like a moving part into non-moving part or two moving parts, while they move, Link actually falls off. But yeah, that's how you get up here. Another strategy would be if you fall down again. Ouch. Another strategy would be use hookshot. You can just hookshot up here. But in case you don't have hookshot, you can do it like this. Also, we have a random water temple platform here. You can also even see that this has like the water reflective surface. This is just for hearts. Someone bothered to do that, so why not show it off? Okay, ignore the BMOS, and we arrive at the next spot where we need Zelda's Lullaby. It's also super unfitting that you need Zelda's Lullaby here, because this is the Gerudo Temple. Like, what do they have to do with Princess Zelda? Like, not much. Like, before, like, Gandalf tried to play nice to the king. They didn't have anything to do with the king at all, so... Like, who made this? Also, the shadows here. Link has 3 shadows, basically, right now. Like, one is moving, one to the down left, and one to the down right. Okay, Okay, the only reason for this also is that it just opens this door. No clue why. And this room's funny. The idea here is that we press the switch that is on the platform here. We can skip all of that. If we just take damage here, move to where the fire is. That was bad. We just want to take damage. Wait a second. We take damage, move to where the fire is. Dude, now I screwed over the room. Wait a second. That looks much more smoothly if I do it without explaining. Wait a second. Let's reset the room. Torch slugs are positioned this way again. Take damage, open treasure chest. That's how you want to do it. And that's how you skip the entire room, basically. Boss key. That's one of those lame boss keys again that you just get on the way. Not much puzzling to do for this one. Also fake doors again. Like, the rest of this dungeon here makes me kind of feel like as if they did run out of ideas. Like, Shadow Temple and Spirit Temple in general do feel a little bit like lackluster, I must say. Like, Shadow Temple, of course, has the good atmosphere and everything and the good design, like visual-wise. Spirit Temple also has a lot of visual flair going on, and also has like this very epic atmosphere, which is very fitting. But I would lie if I would call them my favorite dungeons out of the dungeon lineup here. Yeah, also what you want to do here, of course that hookshot target does nothing. We want to break the doors that are fake, and we eventually discover this ice switch. And that one makes the platform spawn. Also, one thing I never showed off, you can also like punch sideways with the hammer. You want to target for that and hold left or right, and then that Link does not that. And then Link does that, or yeah, that. He just does that like attack. Also breaks doors, right? Yeah. But you can also like attack horizontally, not just vertically, with the hammer. I'm not sure if that's even used somewhere, but you can do that. That's nice. And you just jump over here and fire is gone. I'm pretty sure fire stays gone. Does it? Maybe it comes back. Anyways, you have enough time to grab the chest. Okay, now for the final section of this dungeon. First of all, aggressive pots again. Okay, our goal is to shine some light on this big mirror here so that we can activate the sun and with that activate the mechanism. The door's barred, we can just swing our swords through here. Also in this room we have this weird design with like the people on the wall here, of the skulls. Like one is very happy, like the one to the right. The one to the left seems a little bit worried, and the one in the middle is like doesn't care. Okay, careful, the Zalfos again. Oh yeah, this room has one of the weirdest enemy types in the entire game. But first of all, there's a little trick we can do here. You can see the sun here. You want to position yourself, of course, and shine light on the sun. One pretty cool trick you can do here is you can align yourself with the wall. Basically, while you stand in like the shine of the light, you take your shield out and you backflip, and then you activate the sun with that. That's the stylish way to do that. I get bombs. Okay. Yeah, we have those guys here. We have normal bubbles here. White bubble. Aim for it when it stops. Those guys are weird because I honestly have no clue what they do. Like you can see they can move through us. They don't take any damage. The only thing they do is they make a bunch of noise. Like what is the idea behind this enemy? It's also only used here. They don't appear someplace else. It feels so weird. Like at least they should deal damage, right? I mean, those guys haven't done anything to me. I I just lead them, I guess. Oh, did I? Oh, god. Ooh. I bugged him. Look at him here. Guy doesn't know what to do anymore. And this guy is stuck. Wow, what is happening here? If you don't kill those guys, they absolutely break. Oh, that guy moved again? Oh, this guy is having a hard time now. What's happening here? That's much more interesting than anything else here in this room. Okay, this guy's a lost cause. Can I push him? Yeah, I can. But like his pathfinding is completely screwed over. Oh god, I love stuff like that. Can I push him into like the next room or so? Sorry guys, bear with me, but I find stuff like that absolutely fascinating. Maybe I am the one who discovers like a major glitch, you know? Because no one else has done this. White bubble glitch. No, I hope now I push him into the wall. Well, at least he can fly around now in peace. I'm gonna save now. I have like the worry that the game crashes or so. Yeah, tell me what's up with those white bubbles. I have no clue what they're up to. Maybe I can use Din's fire and they catch fire or so? Oh no, I just killed them. Sorry guys. Okay. Yeah, we want to arrange the mirrors in a way that they shine on the big one we saw previously. And basically we want to build a chain here of mirrors. The last mirror, of course, then is our mirror shield. Also, the design of the mirrors is pretty cool. The snake design is pretty nice. I like it that they still use like some unique geometry and stuff to like add some flair to the dungeons. That's pretty nice. Like a lot of assets nowadays in games do get recycled at points, which is sad. Like that's definitely a plus for like older games, I would say. That's something I noticed throughout the years. Like older games did make much more an effort to present something new even late into the game, while newer games tend to recycle some stuff they used previously. Which of course does make slight sense, because nowadays like assets are much more involved to make. Like here, making like this comparatively simple 3D model for the mirror is of course much easier than making one with like very complex high-res textures and everything nowadays. But it's still paradox in a way that like nowadays we have like all those amazing tech to create like super amazing games still, but like we make we lose a lot in like other areas. That's very weird. And I think that's also where ultimately a lot of disappointment comes with newer games. Like newer games do forsake something older games did deliver on. Like I said, one of which is like the uniqueness of like areas and things. Okay, we lower to this platform here, and we are back in the central room. Can we target this? No. Yeah, the idea here is we use our mirror shield to shine some light on the Sand Goddess's face. Look at her, isn't she lovely? If we do that, we can see that she should have used some sunscreen, because now she's faceless. And look and behold, behind that face, that's also pretty cool. That's a pretty cool mechanism here. Behind that is the boss door. And that's the Spirit Temple, guys. Only bosses left. All sculptures, all treasure chests. The remaining two are in the open world. Open world here. So yeah, let's see what awaits us here. Of course, obviously, the boss is gonna be the witches we saw 7 years prior. Oh ho ho, looks like someone is here, Kume. Yeah, she laughs, I don't need to do that. the ice one is ho ho ho, the fire one makes actually sense. The ice one does ho 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 like Father Christmas. That's good. Looks like it, Kotake. So for the record, the ice witch is Kotake, the fire witch is Kume. What an outrageous fella he is! An intruder so boldly into our temple. To intrude so boldly into our temple. Ho ho ho. Also, speaking of like unique stuff, like those two have like their own unique theme that you like hear 3 times in the game. Like for whatever reason, like they actually did like already reuse a lot of assets in this game with like the 2 timelines, basically with the 2 time ages, and that they basically recycled the entire map, and with that also the music. But like those two just get a new song. Okay, we should teach this outrageous fellow a lesson. I'm the outrageous fellow. Hey hey hey. Oh, loyal minion. Destroy this intruder on our behalf. Yep, we are not done with Iron Knuckles. But luckily this guy doesn't have a weapon. Oops. Shouldn't have said something. Now he grumpy. Okay, we will make a discovery here. First of all, Iron Knuckle. Something strange. This is not an ordinary enemy. Okay, we want to use the same strategy as always, which means we move over here and do this. This guy also takes a lot of damage, but eventually we discover this. And look who was inside. It was Naburu all the time. I think that's actually like confirmed in something like Hyrule Historia or like Hyrule Encyclopedia, whatever those books are called. Like that the Iron Knuckles in this game are actually like brainwashed Gerudo warrioresses. Like put in like this armor and don't know what they do anymore. Where am I? This one was Naburo. That's what happened to her. Well, looks like she's back to normal, Kume. She's just a little girl, but she commands a lot of respect among the Gerudo Kotake. Maybe we should make her work for the great Gendor for a little while longer. Ho ho ho. Then we should brainwash her again. Hee hee hee. And that's the scene we did to see like at the in the very first episode as like a preview. Yeah, there we go. Doors open, and another surprise here, that wasn't the boss, who would have guessed. We need to take care of the witches, of course, still. Also, we are no longer on the... Oh, we are still, like, here in the dungeon. But the room is not marked. Okay. Now we are in this enigmatic room here. This room in Ocarina of Time 3D looks super cool because they made like the like writing here on the wall light up and stuff. That looks pretty nice. But I also in general like the lighting here in like in N64 Ocarina of Time is also still pretty good. Like we have like a unique lighting here again. Like there's like some lighting here. There's like this weird darkness like further up. That's pretty cool. Also nice color contrast here. Looks pretty nice. Let's put this away. That looks goofy if I have a hookshot in my hand. Oh, textures again. Look at that stupid kid. He came on his own to offer himself as a sacrifice to the great Gendor. Double laugh. The teeth. With my flame, I will burn him to the bone. With my frost, I will freeze him to a soul. Okay, fire and ice witches. Guess what we have to do here? Mirror shield cannot reflect light. It can also reflect energy. So let's see if we can make use of that. Sorceress Sisters, Twin Rover. I almost said final boss. Well, kind of final dungeon boss. Yeah. Yeah, this is a dungeon boss that can be kind of finicky if you don't know what you're doing. First of all, we want to look out until one of the witches does shoot magic. What we want to do then is we want to shield and reflect the magic back on the other witch, which takes damage from the like different kind of element. If they hit the surface, if they hit the floor, they create like some hazardous flooring. It's pretty easy to dodge, you're not in much danger at all here. Especially if you not jump into it. Yeah, I give you 1 point, girls. You would assume, because like a lot of the game is like with targeting, that you would like target one and then target the other. That has like absolutely no success guarantee. You want to aim manually. You want to stand here, you want to aim, and eventually one of the witches will move into like a hit radius and you want to reflect it back on her. Which is still pretty finicky, but it does work better than using targeting here. One thing you can also do is, you can, when you see one of the witches, that's a bad example now, but you can use hookshot or arrows, I think, to make the witches stun in place like that. Look at them go. Whee! Nice, okay. You spin me right round, okay, yeah, they have fun, okay. Now they need to vomit because I spin them too much, you can use that to put them basically in a place where you can hit them. Like that. Also, this is a two-phase boss fight. It can be pretty weird and also RNG heavy, because you could just see that, like she used, Kumu used fire magic again, and also I did not hit. The hitbox is also pretty wonky. I think you need to hit the crystal on the forehead. I think that's at least what you want to aim for, actually. Okay, Kumu decided to not play along. It's also pretty weird because sometimes this phase, sometimes in this phase you need to dish out 3 hits and sometimes 4 hits, like depending on how they feel. Like this time it was 3 hits. Okay, let's get serious now, Kotake. Oh, okay, Kumu. Kotake and Kumu's double dynamite attack. Oh, that is what I call anti-aging. Okay, second phase. We have Trinrovo here now. This is the combined form of Kotake and Kumu. Turn the magic attack back at them. I also forgot to scan each individual witch. But now we would actually have revealed something. Now we would have revealed that those two actually are the stepmothers of... not stepmothers. Actually, they are like... They are serve as like a kind of surrogate mothers. That's what Navi says. Which also can hint at some it can hint at the personality of Gandalf. Like, is he like evil from the ground up, or was he raised by Twin Rover to be evil? Like, you can speculate on that. Yeah, second form here. Once again, we need to reflect her magic, but this time around, we need to absorb fire or ice 3 times in a row. The way this works now is she will fire, like a spell now, which in this case is fire. Also, our mirror sheet looks pretty cool when it absorbs the magic here. But yeah, the first time around she will always use the same spell 3 times in a row as a kind of tutorial for this. So the first 3 times we can just do that. If we do that 3 times, we use Flamethrower and we jump over and jump stash. 1, 2... and I missed the timing. If you use crouch step in the right timing, you can kill her in 1 cycle, but like this we need to use a 2nd cycle now. Let's see the ice mirror shield. Pretty cool. Now she wants to alternate. If we absorb fire, then our magic on the shield will get dispelled and the spell will actually go through. Which looks like this. Careful. So you want to make sure that you only absorb the same. So I want to absorb ice now. That would be something I would like. Just so that we see the ice flamethrower variant as well. Yeah, otherwise not a pretty like engaging fight once again. But it does serve its purpose. Second ice. Also, she is huge. And fire again, don't want that. And the alarm sound our mirror shield makes. Okay, and... Okay. 1 and 2. There we go. And that's the boss of Spirit Temple. And now we get some comic relief. Which involves a lot of anuses. Shoot, what a fresh kid. This time we'll get serious, right, Kotake? What? Hey Kumo, what is that above your head? I don't know, but you have one over your head too, Kotake. But I'm only 400 years old. I'm just 380 years old. We're twins, don't try to lie about your age. You must have gone senile. Who are you calling as down until we are twins? How can you be older? Yeah, how heartless are you? How can you be so straight? Ah, you're heartless. And you're ungrateful. Well, I think those guys are busy. I'll come back to haunt you. Well, that was weird. Have fun up there. Our last heart container. Nice. You got a heart container. Your maximum life energy is increased by 1 heart. Your life energy will be totally filled. Nice. Okay. And we also free the last sage. We don't know who the last sage might be, but we actually know by now, because of course it's Naburo. Last time in the Chamber of the Sages. Kid, let me thank you. Hehehe. Look what the little kid has become in the past 7 years. A competent swordsman. By the way, I really messed up. I was brainwashed by those old witches and used by Gendorf to do his evil will. But isn't it funny that a person like me could turn out to be the Sage of Spirit? And now I'm going to fight them as one of the 6 sages. I'm going to pay them back for what they did to me. Kid. No, Link, the hero of time. Instead of keeping the promise I made back then, I give you this medallion. Take it. And with that we obtain the last medallion from the temples. The Spirit Medallion, number 6. Receive the Spirit Medallion. Naburo awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Only I knew you would become such a handsome man. Oh, okay. Like everyone wants Link, just everyone wants Link. Like even Darunia wants. I should have kept the promise I made back then. Link, the hero! Oh, my biology teacher is talking to us again. With super close-up, look at him. Ooh. 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 Finally, all of us, the 6 sages, have been awakened. The time for the final showdown with the King of Evil has come. Before that, though, you should meet the one who is waiting for you. The one who is waiting for you at the Temple of Time. Okay, we need to go back to Temple of Time now. Someone is waiting for us. Whoever could that be? Yeah, with that we can initiate the last arc of the game, which takes us to Ganondorf's abode, which is Ganon's castle at the market here in the future. Before that, of course, there's some stuff we still have to do. We still need to go to Gerudo Fortress again and do the Gerudo training grounds. And we also need to finally get our Big Goron sword, which we haven't gotten yet, because I'm missing 2 steps in the trading sequence. Yeah, two. Now 3, let's just say 3. There's 1 item and then another item. And then basically another item, but I don't really count that. But yeah, we are on a good way to complete all of this. 2 sculptures left, we got all the hearts already. So next time would actually be cleanup. There are also 2 like major items missing here. And another one that we find in Gen's Tower. But yeah, I will end stuff in Spirit Temple, because once we go back to Temple of Time, if I were to save and quit now and end up in Temple of Time, I would initiate the next cutscene, which I don't want to do. I want to do GTG first. Like, we want to save Hyrule, but first off, let's train a little bit with the Gerudos, if that's fine. You know how that goes in your video games. Like, we are the hero who needs to save the world, but first of all, let's do some important side business. Like, the world can wait. But yeah, that was Spirit Temple, last temple completed. We have 1 mini dungeon left, and then like a small final dungeon left before it's the end of the game. I will see if I can manage to pull off everything next time, not the, or at least like the rest of the cleanup. And then once you have everything, we will finish the game. So looking forward to that. Alright guys, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next episode of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Until then, take care and goodbye.